Alrighty. Well, I guess this is directly to the e-safety commissioner, Julie Inman Grant. You've just blocked me from Facebook whilst maintaining your stance to block me from my own children for trying to raise awareness about a structural catastrophe, the likes of which have never been seen before, to do with the size of our phones, our devices. You've proven. So in my comment, that I addressed to you this morning, I said I'm liberating the concentration camp that you've done and that you should stay in America. And then you've blocked me on Facebook. I think it's really like that's a box jellyfish there. They're dangerous. They live in the ocean. I just thought it would be relevant. You know what I mean? You've done all the things now. That's kind of an admission, isn't it? That's an admission of guilt. So Julie Inman Grant, the entire E-Safety Commission, is now a fugitive, terrorist, crimes against humanity, all that, Nazi, whatever you want to call them. This has taken a strange turn, hasn't it? When people do exactly what they're saying other people are saying they're doing. There is nowhere to go from here. You'll notice this is a small Bible, right? When I read the small writing in the small Bible, all the words are the same. It's harder. I have to squint and read them, right? I still hold the word of God in my hand, albeit that it's small, but I don't hold God in my hand, and no one has ever determined that they are God by holding a Bible, no matter how big or small it is. But I will prove that people do think that they are owning people when they hold their iPhone and they view people, including the E-Safety Commissioner, Julie Inman Grant. What exactly is your explanation? What is this? Am I a fringe lunatic despite countless hundreds of hours of work put into the visual phenomenon, historic precedent, reference material? It claimed to legitimacy so that I'm, which I shouldn't need to. Anyone should be able to make this point, including a 12-year-old. But no one on earth is going to be able to do it when the E-Safety Commissioner is blocking people on Facebook. She's about to block all children on Facebook. What's next? She's going to shove the USB port in the fucking babies herself as they're born in the fucking public hospitals? Probably, yes. Get her the fuck out of the country and then get her in prison in the United States. I don't know where she's going to end up. I don't know where all these fucking Nazis are going to end up. They sure as hell had better not go to Germany. Germany has been denazified. I don't know where a bunch of fucking United States Nazis are going to end up after all of this. I can smell it in the air that you all think it's like, oh, there's going to be a little correction. No, there's not going to be a correction. There's going to be 50 years of analysis of what you all just did while you fucking run for the fucking hills. Perpetually, it's what you don't want to do that. You don't want to be a fugitive. Yeah, you just want to put your hand up and say, oh, I tried to fucking destroy Australia while telling them that I was going to help them all. And actually, I just, protected the largest fucking humanitarian attack known to man. And it makes what's going on in Gaza look like a fucking argument between, two little Arabs and a fucking Jew in a fucking sandpit. Doesn't it? You know what I mean? They know what's going on. They've been shooting and putting spears in each other for thousands of years. The children born into this paradigm and raised through this paradigm of safety commission of fucking gulags, well, fucking hell. Let's hope that this Oxford study is going to be enough to shake everyone out. I think because it's Oxford, I think it's going to be taken pretty seriously. Yeah, they're experts in this type of books. They understand, the Gutenberg Revolution. They understand media, the whole thing. Because all of it has been held in those walls. They've seen these things come and go. There isn't. I mean, just to put it plainly, there is no library in the world that has a library filled with iPhones. The library on the iPhone is a lie. It's a concentration camp. And the largest worry of all is that they tried it first go. They straight away tried it. They straight away tried the worst possible thing you could ever try. They tried to enslave humanity. Let's trial it in Australia. They're all stupid. They're all stupid convicts and sheep farmers that don't know fucking shit. Let's steal all their fucking children and turn all their fucking women against the men. Because I've got a nice set of fucking tits. It was never going to work. You're an international war criminal and we're going to find you. It doesn't matter. And anyone who works there, who's complicit in this blocking, we're going to find you all. Yeah? Just hand her in to the authorities. It's dead easy. Hey, Jules, you fucked up. Because otherwise we're going to come after all of you and you're going to be questioned for fucking however long to find out where Julie Inman Grant is. So hurry up. You know what I mean? You obviously were snappy enough to block me. So what does that mean? You're just blocking anyone that has anything critical to say of... That's insanity. I'm criticizing this structure. I'm literally down to criticizing the size of the screen that 90% of our fucking children have been exposed to, you spastics. This has nothing to do with safety. It has to do with like fucking humanitarian safety. So please, stop being foolish. Okay? I'm sorry, the comment about Bonnie Blue was a little bit below the belt, but it's actually Bonnie Blue has done about 1,000 times less damage to the world than you have. And she's done quite a lot of damage within the realm of safety, I would say. So, yeah. I'm going to read a passage from the Booble. See what happens when I have to go and do all this research thing and have to find Bonnie Blue doing a fucking... a mock gang rape by Australian Border Force. And it's like, why isn't the E-Safety Commission doing that? Why isn't the Australian Border Force doing anything about that? What the fuck is going on? It is a sorry state of affairs that the world is in. And again, I will say that is because the phones are too small. And that has caused the largest dissociation in humankind. It goes Nazi Germany, where 80 to 90% of Germans decided to fucking get methed up, conquer the world and kill all the Jews. And then it goes the Apple fucking iPhone revolution or de-evolution that almost wiped humanity off the fucking map. Hand in hand with Corning pumping out vaccine vials and Bill Gates fucking... Do you know what I mean? Just turn the fucking shit off. The problem is that when my family came here, there wasn't electricity. So there definitely wasn't an e-safety commissioner. Yeah. And what I'm talking about is if you were to triage the problem, the fact that it's electrical doesn't matter. So it's not electrical safety. It's psychological fucking humanitarian level, evolutionarily suicidal fucking concepts. It's very much akin to like if people started thinking that you could clone yourself by cutting yourself in half. You know what I mean? Imagine we had the salesman. Imagine we had, instead of Steve Jobs selling fucking iPods, which were actually all right, he sold the concept that people could cut themselves in half and then double their productivity. Well, this is what's going on with this thing. And it's like nothing is good. The societal arrangement is in absolute chaotic disrepair because of this paradigm. Nothing has gotten better. My fucking catchphrase of all time is that the internet and social media tries to do everything that just exists, and it does it worse. It gives you a worse version of that. And that is what we are balls deep in. We're balls deep in fucking hell. You know what I mean? More so than those border security or those pretend Australian border security officers that I just witnessed be balls deep in Bonnie Blue. Right. Verse of the Bible, let's get all of that fucking hideousness out of our minds. You know what I mean? And let's just read this tiny, tiny, itsy bitsy little yellow polka dot Bible. Psalm 24. The earth is the Lord's and its fullness, the world and those who dwell therein. For he has founded it upon the seas and established it upon the waters. Who may ascend into the hill of the Lord, or who may stand in his holy place? He who has clean hands and a pure heart, who has not lifted up his soul to an idol, nor sworn deceitfully. He shall receive blessing from the Lord and righteousness from the God of his salvation. This is Jacob, the generation of those who seek him, who seek your face, Shelah. Lift up your heads, O you gates, and be lifted up, you everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in. Who is this King of glory? The Lord strong and mighty, the Lord mighty in battle. Lift up your heads, O you gates. Lift up, you everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in. Who is this King of glory? The Lord of hosts. He is the King of glory. Selah. To you, O Lord, I lift up my soul. O my God, I trust in you. Let me not be ashamed. Let not my enemies triumph over me. Indeed, let no one who waits on you be ashamed. Let those be ashamed who deal treacherously without cause. Show me your ways, O Lord. Teach me your paths. Lead me in your truth and teach me, for you are the God of my salvation. On you I wait all the day. Remember, O Lord, your tender mercies and your loving kindness, for they are from old. Do not remember the sins of my youth, nor the transgressions according to your mercy. Remember me, your Lord, your goodness sake, O Lord. Good and upright is the Lord. Therefore, he teaches sinners in the way. The humble he guides in justice, and the humble he teaches his way. All the paths of the Lord are mercy and truth to such as keep his covenant and his testimonies. For your name's sake, O Lord, pardon my iniquity, for it is great. Who is the man that fears the Lord? Him shall he teach in the way he shall chooses. He himself shall dwell in prosperity, and his descendants shall inherit the earth. The secret of the Lord is with those who fear him, and he will show them his covenant. My eyes are ever towards the Lord, for he shall pluck my feet out of the net. What a good way to finish. He shall pluck my feet out of the net. Don't I sound like a fucking one of those Baptist ministers? Maybe, I don't know what I am. But I like that. He shall pluck my feet out of the net. Whose net? Well, Julie Inman Grant, Apple Computer, Corning, Bill Gates, the internet. Yeah, all of that shit. 5 words from the English dictionary are going to be the way that I end this little chat. And for Julie's sake, I hope that, there is some mercy. He speaks of mercy, so there will be mercy, I guess, but the way for mercy is to surrender to the Lord and to this moment and to God and all these things. You know what I mean? You've created a false universe, and you are now pertaining to be the rule givers of this fake universe, to which you so easily cast away those that might be in conflict with your rules, but not in conflict with the safety. That's hypocrisy, isn't it? 5 words, Julie. Rake. To incline from the vertical. Inclining action or slope away. The angle between the cutting face of a tool. A hawk, to fly along after the game or to fly wide of it. A profligate or dissolute man, especially one in fashionable society. Well, I'll take that one. That one's on me, I think. You could describe me as a rake. Perhaps a reformed rake, attempting to be a reformed rake. But yeah, I'll take that, God. Mealy. Having the qualities of meal, powdery, soft, dry, and crumbly, of the nature of or containing meal. Covered, well, it's mealy. Covered with or as a meal or powder. Mealy. That doesn't often happen. Let's see where it goes from there. I'm a bit lost. I don't have anything. I'll hope that the next word maybe does something. Stonefish. Any of several species of highly venomous tropical fishes. Of Cynadija or a related genus, remarkably camouflaged to resemble weathered coral or rock. Was I a stonefish for the E-Safety Commission? I think I might have been camouflaged, thinking I was a little meal rake. How easy it would be to toss the fucking degenerate man that speaks too often of sex and of conquests. How easy would it be to sacrifice him to the altar of E-Safety? Yeah? Is that the world we've built? We've built a palace of sin, and all we need to do is cast anyone who participates in that sin into the fire and then set rules to enslave the world. Sounds like something the Nazis would do. Sounds like something a bunch of super nerds would do in the net, but as God said earlier, he's going to free my feet from the net. Because almost every one of the blokes in that thing was a sinner, weren't they, in the Bible? So we've got, what do we have? Mealy, a stonefish. What was the one before that? Rake. 2 more. Gnocchi. Actually, no, it's not gnocchi. It's gneiss. Gneiss. Metamorphic rock generally made up of bands which differ in colour and composition, some bands being rich in feldspar and quartz, others rich in hornblende and mica. Gneiss. Metamorphic rock. Wow. 1 more. Somewhere. At some place not specified, determined or known. That's to some place not specified or known, at or some point in a mounted degree, at some point of time, an unspecified or uncertain place. So in an uncertain place, a stonefish waits, camouflaged as that other word that means type of rock, while a cyclist rides past, thinking that this is a meal. The rake emerges as the anti-hero, and not to be looked at or taken as a role model, but to be accepted as a sinner, like we all are. But even from the mind and the body of a sinner can come the observations that perhaps liberate the entire world from its own hubris